On behalf of AJ, his parents Kelly and John Derby, Coach Sabers, Little Hawk football, and the City High community, welcome this afternoon, and thank you so much for being a part of a great day for the Derby family. AJ, the floor is yours.
Well, I'd just like to say thank you for everyone coming out. First, I'd like to thank my parents and Coach Sabers and Deanne for setting this all up. And apologize to my teammates for having this on a game day, but it worked out that way. I just want to announce that I'm going to be playing for the Hawkeyes next year. And that's all I have to say. Is there any questions?
You would have said earlier that you were going to kind of wait out a little bit and maybe take your time. What kind of made you decide Iowa, right at this time? What kind of tipped it over the mountain?
Yeah, I said that last week that I was planning on waiting and taking my officials, but over the weekend I watched the game with my family, my brother, and my friends, and I just felt right, and I couldn't see myself playing for another team besides Iowa.
Was that pretty fun watching them on the road at Penn State?
Yeah, it was. I wasn't really cheering that much. I was kind of observing, but seeing my brother go crazy over everything, it just seemed perfect.
What was that phone call like to Coach Ferris?
I didn't call him. I went in yesterday to talk to him.
What did he say?
He was excited. He stood up and gave me a hug. And then I went and told all the other coaches.
Your dad obviously played for Iowa. Did that factor into the decision at all, being that you're kind of a legacy going to Iowa now?
Didn't factor in. Yeah, he played there, but I want to do my own thing. But I still feel like Iowa is the best for me, not because of my family, but because I think coaches are going to make me the best I can do.
How's it feel to stay here in Iowa City?
Feels good, but at the same time, Mike Gaines, Matt's dad, said that it feels like a whole different coming here. It doesn't feel like you're in the same city, so I took that into consideration.
You talked earlier about wanting to take all your visits. Did you take any of them except Iowa?
I haven't taken any visits yet, but still plan to take my Iowa one. And then that's it.
You told me last year that you want to play quarterback. Is that kind of still your goal is to groom into a quarterback at Iowa?
Yes, sir.
John, I can see where he gets the defense from. Do you teach him a little bit on that arm strength at all, or?
Not the arm strength.
Okay.
Maybe the hitting part of it.
What's that make you feel like having your son, both sons going in that?
Very proud. They turned out to be great young men, and makes both Kelly and I very proud.
It's got to be a big weight off your shoulder to finally, get this out in the open.
Yeah, it actually has been all that stressful. Can't stop smiling since I told Coach Fan, so it feels great.
What's the outlook for the rest of the season for you?
Just go game by game, try to get the final goal, but we're going to work hard to get there.
How excited are you not to have to answer any more questions about where you're going to be going?
Pretty excited. I got asked like every time I got an interview, but it's all right.
Did you call other coaches already? Tell them what was their reaction?
Yeah, I've talked to a few coaches so far, and they all wish me luck. They're very classy about it, and they said anything I can do to help, they will.
Did you have a final three that you kind of narrowed it down to? Iowa and maybe two other schools that they were kind of tops on your list?
Yeah, it was between Iowa, Florida, and Oklahoma.
Are you planning to stick out through your whole senior year here, or are you going to go enroll in mid-semester?
It's always an option. I haven't completely decided on that, but still up in the air.
The Iowa offense, I guess they call it maybe more of a pro-style offense, quarterback maybe not designed specifically to run or throw. Do you like that offense and how it tailors to your game?
I do like the pro-style offense a lot, and nowadays the NFL is not taking as many straight quarterbacks, so I felt like that was a big thing. And I like Coach O'Keefe and how he runs it, and I just want to be part of it.
Coach Sabers, let me ask you, you've known for a while that he is obviously one of the top quarterbacks you've seen. Talk about him going to Iowa and what that kind of means to you in this program.
Well, it certainly means a lot to me. I've been a Hawkeye as long as I can remember, and I remember listening to Ron Goner, Mike O'Reilly, people like that call the game. You get pretty excited. So to have a player of AJ's caliber go over and join him now is very exciting, and continues a pretty good tradition of City High players going. to play over at Iowa, so that's very exciting.
He's moving up to another good coach, and Coach Ferentz, and you've obviously had a good relationship with him. Kind of talk about the City High relationship maybe with Coach Ferentz.
Well, I think it's been very positive, for many reasons. Obviously, the parents' children have gone through City High as well, and I think the value systems are very similar. You get out and you go to work, and you get good kids, and you go to work. I think we share that value system, so I think it'll be a good transition, and it certainly has been a good transition throughout the years.
John, how tough was this for you to stay out of the way? I mean, you have your heart here, but you're from Wisconsin, and
It wasn't as hard as people probably think it was, because at the end of the day, you've gone through it, and you know how much time you invest. It's very unfair for a father to push somebody into that, because they got to go somewhere where their heart is. As Coach Sabers and I were talking earlier, it is a business. There's a lot of time invested, and if you're at the wrong place, it will be completely miserable. So at the end of the day, we had to step back and make sure he made the decision for himself, and that's what we're most proud of, is he ended up making this decision on his own time frame. Obviously he knew I was excited for him to become a Hawk, but at the end of the day, I would have been excited wherever he went, because he's an outstanding young man.
what about Mom? Are you excited to stay at home?
Yes, Zach lives here in town, but I always see him when Zach wants to see us. So, kind of our role, and we got great people here in the community surrounding us, and AJ's a good one.
You got a lot of kids from City High going to Iowa that are playing, and from your same conference. It's going to be a lot more fun playing with Keenan Davis instead of covering him.
Yeah, well, he's a great athlete. Last year I had to guard him most of the game, but it'd be nice to throw him the ball and see what he can do with it.
What does AJ Derby bring to the Hawkeyes next year?
I don't like to talk about myself, so I'll let Coach Sabers answer that.
Are you pretty content, AJ, with just kind of waiting maybe a couple of years, because Stanley's going to be there next year. They got a couple other solid young quarterbacks, so you content with maybe waiting a couple of years and get groomed into that role?
Well, obviously I want to play, but I'm just going to go in and work hard and see what that brings.
You and your brother talked about maybe the future. You've thrown the ball to him?
We talked about that before. It'd be cool, and couldn't miss out on an opportunity for everything, so that helped.
Feel like an easy decision for you to make to stay here in Iowa?
Yeah, after I thought about it and went through the process, I just felt like it was exactly what I wanted. Everything to do with people, fans, and just couldn't go wrong with it.
Was there any point where you pictured yourself anywhere else?
Right away when I started getting recruited, every place that offered, I'd try to picture myself there, but I saw some places, but after I thought it through, no, I couldn't.
Have you thought about what it's going to be like to run out of the tunnel for the first time at Kent Stadium?
Yeah.
Has your brother told you kind of what it's like down there?
Yeah, he said it's awesome. Miss out on it.
Did you talk to any guys like Keenan or any of those guys that are playing now that are
Not so
James,
much.
maybe?
Talked to a few players, but not much. They all told me to come here, obviously. But I talked to Brian Blogger one time. He said, "Do what's right for you." And